Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Lestari Lihawa. I am here as your new English teacher. Today, we have a new lesson called Introduction to Poetry. What is poetry? Poetry is a type of literature based on the interplay of verse and rhythm. It often employs rhyme and meter or a set of rules governing the number and arrangement of syllables in each line. In poetry, words are strung together to form sounds, images, and ideas that might be too complex or abstract to describe directly. Poetry is a type of literature or artistic writing that attempts to stir a reader's imagination or emotions. The poet does this by carefully choosing and arranging legends for its meaning, sounds, and rhythm. Some poems, such as nursery rhymes, are simple and humorous. Structures in poetry. First structures in a poetry is called stanza. A stanza is the group of lines in a poem. It is often called the first. One way to identify a stanza is to count the number of lines. Thus, there's many stanzas like couplet, tercet, quatrain, sequence, sextet, or section. Septet, octave. Couplet mostly only 2 lines of poems, and tercet is mostly 3 lines, and quatrain mostly 4 lines of poem. Moreover, sequence have 5 lines of poem. Sextet is called of having 9 lines, and septet has 7 lines, and octave, the last, has 8 lines. The second one is scalar rhyme. Rhyme is the repetition of similar sounds. In poetry, the most common kind of rhyme is the end rhyme, which occurs at the end of 2 or more lines. It is usually identified with lowercase letters, and a new letter is used to identify each new and sound. Take a look at the rhyme scheme for the following poem. The example is, I saw a fairy in the wood. He was dressed all in green. He waved his sword while I just stood and realized I'd been seen. The rhyme scheme of the poem is Abe Ab. Figurative language in poetry. So, poetry have a figurative language too. The example is simile. Simile is a rhetorical term used to designate the most elementary form of resemblance. Most similes are introduced by like or as. These comparisons are usually between dissimilar situations or objects that have something in common, such as my love is like a red rose. The second one is metaphor. Metaphor leaves out like or as and implies a direct comparison between objects or situations, like all flesh is breast. This is an example of poetry tricks. You all can read first while I recite the poem. This is just to say by William Carlos Williams. I have eaten the plums that were in the icebox, and which you were probably saving for breakfast. Forgive me, they were delicious, so sweet and so cold. Do you guys able to understand what this poem or poetry decipher? Can you analyze the meaning? Or is there any figurative language in it. This is another example of poetry. You can read and let's take a look at the question together. Okay? If you are done, we can answer it together. While you are answering the questions in the slide, let's talk about poetry in general. Poetry has a long history dating back to prehistoric times, with hunting poetry in Africa, and to panic Greek and elegiac court poetry of the empires of Nile, Niger, and Volta rivers. Some of the earliest writing poetry in Africa occurs among pyramid texts written during 25th century BCE. The earliest surviving Western ancient epic poetry was written in Sumerian called Epic of Gilgamesh. Early poems in Eurasian continent evolved from folk songs such as Chinese or from uninterrupted oral epics, as well with Sanskrit Vedas, the Zoroastrian and Homeric epics, and the Iliad and Odyssey. Are you students are done answering the question? Let's answer it together. First, number 1. What is poem 2 about? The answer is A. It is about birthday party of boy. Why? The reason is because if we see in the slide, and the title is Birthday Boy. So the correct answer is A. Question number 2. How old is the boy now? The answer is B. 5 years old. Why? If we take a look in the slide again, he is saying because he said he was 4 years old before, so now he has gotten 1 year older. Now let's take a look into the third question. And number 3 is how old will be the boy? And the answer is A. He will be 6. Why? Before he was 4 years old, and now he's 5 years old, and another year he will become a 6-year-old. Number 4. Mention two sentences lines which have rhyme. Do you guys still remember what rhyme is? If not, I will let you take a look again. Rhyme is the repetition of similar tones. In poetry, the most common kind of rhyme is the end rhyme, which occurs at the end of 2 or more lines. Now, let's take a look at the text again. When I was 1, it was so much fun. When I was 2, the world was new. Then I turned quickly into a boy of 3. So the answer is A. Line 2 and line 1 and line 2. In line 2 and line 1, the emblem was 1 and 1, and this 2 has the same rhyme. So the answer The correct answer is A. Before we end our class today, I will assign you 2 homeworks. The first one is to analyze this text and answer the questions in the slide from number 1 to number 4. The second one is to write your own poetry, and all of this will be submitted next week, and I hope you able to do your homework. Is there anything you are confused or don't understand at all, feel free to ask the question now before our time is nearing the end. Thank you.